Oh, wow. Welcome to TSP. I'm Dr. Evil.
I'm Captain Paul. And
Yeah, this one is, this story, man. This is not, oh, man.
it's wild. It's like, I feel like a lot of unneeded violence, but get into it, man.
I think you kind of nailed it. Completely, I'm kind of at like a loss for words to try to describe even the things that I was able to learn about this incident. Apparently, an injured former football player who was still at the university. His name is Christopher Darnell Jones. He shot 5 people on a bus, and 3 of them passed away. And we don't really like to. I don't think either one of us really respect the Daily Beast that much.
No, we don't.
But they have the most information, unfortunately, on this story. And when it comes to like mass shootings and stuff, we know what the stereotype is for mass shooting, and this very much so kind of goes against that grain. So we've talked about other mass shooters on this channel, and we're not going to pass by giving our thoughts on this particular mass shooter because this situation is just like all the other mass shooter situations, even if he doesn't quite look the same as the stereotype would suggest. And we need to cover this. We need to make sure that we're being thorough and even-handed when it comes to reports like this. This guy was on their team as a freshman, but got hurt, so he didn't play any games.
Yep.
But it just seems like a little bit more information keeps coming out about the circumstances surrounding him taking the actions that he did. So apparently you can add to the list in America. Some of the things that you cannot do is go on a field trip without the fear of being
Getting
targeted.
shot down.
Yeah. After an extensive manhunt that stretched overnight, police on Monday announced that they had apprehended a University of Virginia student suspected of killing 3 football players and wounding 2 others in a mass shooting on the school's main campus on Sunday night. University President Jim Ryan issued a statement early Monday confirming that the suspect, Christopher Darnell Jones Jr., was, quote, one of our students, end quote. Jones opened fire on a bus full of students returning to UVA from a field trip to see a play in the Washington, D.C. area. All right, so these are the young men that had their lives senselessly taken, who were actually playing. They were actually on the roster, actually producing, actually doing things.
Yeah.
Deshaun Perry, Devin Chandler, and Lavelle Davis Jr. So I just want to make sure that anybody that knows these people know that, at least on this platform here, small though it may be, we do send condolences out
Absolutely.
to the family of these young men.
Thoughts and prayers. This is needlessly so young, man. Just babies, really. You know what I mean? To us. You know what I mean? Like such young men taken far too soon.
Really, it's really bothersome. We don't know the situations that these young men went through to get to where they got to. And it bothers me because when I think on this situation, these are current players. Some of these people were not even on in the university
Right.
when this guy was on the roster in 2018.
Absolutely.
So, hot take here, because of speculation, I believe that this guy was salty because he wasn't on the team playing, but these guys were.
I don't think that's that far of a hot take, though. I really don't. I mean, there's been cases, and I'll just quickly refer. The Flemlo Raps did a really good video on it about a Miami case where a player was kind of like on the verge of being cut, never got playing time. A guy he didn't get along with was like going to be drafted in the NFL, and he ended up murdering him, or allegedly murdering him. They're going through trial, I believe, right now, 20 years after the fact. And I do think sometimes pride comes before the fall, and I think he couldn't handle that. He couldn't cut it at that level. If I'm being very honest with you, I think that'd be very safe motive to say. I think jealousy plays a part in it, and I think it's unfortunate because 3 young men are now dead. I mean, what's the point over a football game?
I don't even think it was over a football game. I think it was over the status that, and this is just my speculation, the status that was lost by Jones because he never played in a game.
Yep.
And while he was still allowed to be a student, he was nowhere near the team. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I just kind of want to make that very clear. I'm just... It really angers me, but I just want to kind of skip to... and I know that you wanted to talk about the fact that he had a concealed weapons violation.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, with these fucking pop-ups, man. Goodness gracious. I know that you wanted to talk about the violation.
I mean, I think for me, it's like anyone that's ever had a gun on campus. Like, I've had firearms on campus where they have an armory. Obviously my school is a little bit different, but that's a pretty serious charge, in my opinion, violation of concealing of a firearm. And I hate to say it,
it was a misdemeanor charge.
Misdemeanor charge, but like my thing is this: it's kind of, I hate to say, it's foreshadowing in a way of what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it kind of foreshadowing what happened. I think if the university took that far more serious, and then another thing that you're going to want to bring up later, but I'll just mention it now for context, the alleged hazing thing situation.
Right.
I mean, you did start to get a pattern of how this individual operated and how this person was an individual. Like, do you really want that within your university grounds?
Right.
I mean, I'm not trying to say that the universities, they're mind controlling someone or they're directly in charge of someone, how someone acts within their own life, but I think the university could have done far more to protect their students, in my opinion. But
yeah, and my original suspicion was that Jones was the victim of the hazing, and then you start digging and they made it clear that he was the subject of the investigation, the
Correct.
person that was involved in the hazing. Relative, of Jones said that he had been hazed. Right? But, who's to know? They're saying, he had been bullied, but he had not been on the team since 2018. So, like I said, my first thought was that he was the victim, and then they said that he was the subject, but then other people did not cooperate in the investigation, so they closed it down. But this whole thing about what he did and how he did it kind of bothers me when they talked about what he did on the bus. And these pop-ups, man, are pissing me off. But it was, a situation where it appears that they had been on the bus. And, he waited until the bus got back to the university.
yeah,
And I can't find it, but
you just had it there a second ago. But essentially, kind of getting back to campus, it's just, and then just unloaded. It's just absolutely disgusting.
yeah, they make it kind of difficult to find.
This is why we do not like the Daily Beast. But anyways,
yeah, like come on, guys. But one of the reports that I saw is that one of the young men that he took the life of was sleeping. So this was a targeted thing. It wasn't like his life was in danger. It wasn't like, he was trying to fend for himself. He wasn't even on the team anymore. And, if you want to talk about hazing, well, you hadn't been on the team since 2018, and you shot guys that weren't even there when you were there.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
So it really, really bothers me. If he's in a tormented state of mind, but how can I really have sympathy when, you didn't act as if somebody that was a victim. You were a predator, guy. You
Yeah,
were a
100%.
predator. You preyed on these people.
Yep. It's disgusting. I mean, I really don't think there's much else to add here. I just want to send condolences to the family, friends, everyone that lost someone, a loved one, and hopefully this guy serves a long jail sentence, because that's disgusting. It's pathetic. You take away someone else's life because you're miserable with your own. Sad day. It's just needless. It's just needless violence, unneeded. Man, I don't know what to say. It's just sad.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't really. I don't know. This one really bothers me. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. Peace.